Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I organize this kitchen here in Germany. The last video that I just had, had so much great response from people tagging me on how I showed them how I utilize those little Ikea pumps and the belt around the pillow. So I thought I would continue on and show you how I organize here, give you some more tips and tricks and all that good stuff. So come along and I'll show you my kitchen. So in this part, I'm just giving you an overview of the kitchen. As you see, it's really tiny, but I'm going to show you how I started organizing and decluttering and all that good stuff. So we're going to start with under the cabinet. I know this is the most challenging part usually in the kitchen, so I'll show you some of the ideas that I came up with. So this is how it looks here. And as you see, I have my sprays hanging on the side so I can utilize all the vertical space here. So I have my sprays here. Inside of here I have my SOS pads. This is the dishwasher tablets here. So I just put a basket. This actually had a storage, like a recycle bin that the Germans had under here, but I took it out and because it was not functioning well for me at all. Over here I have my tea light candles. I don't use those as much as I used to anymore, but this works for me, like saving on space with the bottles. And I got that little pole from Ikea. I'll show you later on in the video what that looks like. But this is how I have the under the cabinet sink. And you know I love my Ajax. I love it. So I have it here, and I also put it here in a pump, in a spray bottle as well. So I have my kitchen bleach spray, Windex, Pledge, all that good stuff. This is how we usually clean our dishes with this here. I have my cleaning toothbrush, another brush, our washcloths. They're utility rags. I don't really like dish rags. They it's a little creepy, so I have those, and I usually change those out and throw them out every couple of days because I just have a thing with dish rags. But anyways, and I put a little nail here just to have a towel, and you can see I have this little container from Ikea to store my grocery bags. Moving on, here is where I have this. Was a project in itself. One day I was just so overwhelmed, so I went on Amazon and I ordered these little bottles here, and they have either the fat hole or you can have some that have smaller holes. So what I did was took all of my spices out of there and put them in here. And then I created this. I saw this idea maybe on Pinterest or something like that. You take 2 plates and put some marbles in between them, and there you have a Lazy Susan. To be honest, this is a little bit too big, but I haven't found anything smaller, so I just leave them here. Over here I just have a little basket, and it has like bread yeast and seasoning packs, all that. So I believe this came from the States with us from the Dollar Tree, if I'm not mistaken. Up here we just have our spray pan, olive oil, honey, lemon, and a few seasonings that we refill in here. These are actually Miss Dash tops. I kept the tops because they fit the bottle perfectly, and so these labels I keep extra ones over here. And they don't rub off. Like when you wipe the bottle down, the ink does not move. I really appreciate that. So that's how I have my seasoning. This was a lifesaver right here. This is what started me to organizing my kitchen. This right here, I was just so overwhelmed. I had spices to the max falling out. This is perfect, especially when you have little ones in the kitchen that want to start cleaning and cooking. So being organized helps. Everything is not perfect, so this is definitely a challenging cabinet here. This is where we keep all of our coffee mugs. We have our little popcorn, our measuring cups. These get utilized daily by usually everyone in the house. We have our 2 Pyrex measuring cups, our strainer. This cup, it's too big, but it's just usually have my iced coffee and things of that nature. And then back here, you know, soup bowls, all that good stuff that I don't really have a spot for. So that's that cabinet there. Moving along, here is the drawers. So in here is just our silverware. Nothing spectacular, just have I think I got this from Bed Bath & Beyond when we were in the States. Here. This one, it just have Tupperware, our little, what do you call this thing? Little grater, that's what it is. And our rolling pin. So this is that drawer. Here is all of my kitchen gadgets right here. I had to really scale back coming from the States with all them huge cabinets. This is what I have. So this is just usually, you know, ice cream scooper, pizza cutter, whisk. This is barbecue stuff, you know, things of that nature. Oh, and this is actually a wine opener I got here in Germany the first time. This drawer right here is a struggle. This is my kids' drawer. This is where all their dishes are housed. These we got at a estate sale in the States before we moved here. I don't know, somebody must have been in the restaurant business, but they're by Let's Eat. They're amazing, get used all the time. And I have them on like a plate stand. Dishes, you know, so this is still a challenging drawer because I try to fit everything that the children would need. This is their drawer, they come and get everything. Moving along, this is my dishes. So another way that I utilize vertical space is using this plate stand here. So I have plates over there, and underneath it I house all the little small bowls, serving, like if you have a little party or whatever. Right here, another plate stand. So I have some standing on this rack and then some sitting here. I had this for years in the States, and then I got this off Amazon. And then I have all of my cups. These are all of the cups that we utilize here in the house. From here, as you see, we don't use paper plates or paper cups often if we have a get together, but I don't like paper, so glass it is. Put it in the dishwasher and call it a day. Beneath here. So this is another challenging spot because I don't have a lot of cabinet spaces, so I have to make the best of it. So I have my Ninja. These little dishes here are from out of this box. It's just so easier to keep these few out, but I have a whole set of glass dishware here in this box. Down here is our plastic Tupperware here. Down here is where the kids use their toaster. And then behind my Ninja is my crock pot. So this is pretty much, if it don't fit here, you can't have it. Over here is my pantry, because this is the only thing. So, story on this. This little white shelf you see here was not here. This is something I DIY'd. That was a bookshelf. The actually bookshelf did not fit in there, so I rigged it so the shelves are now screwed into the sides of this, but this is actually a bookshelf that I just made fit in here so I can utilize more vertical space. As you see, I have a bread box right there. And one more little thing that I added in here was a drawer. Best $6 right here that I could have bought, because that is perfect if it's perfect there. Down here, it's kind of wasted space, so I don't try to use this drawer because it's out of sight, out of mind. So usually just nuts and granolas and things like that goes down there. This was already here when we moved in, so just have to make the best of it. This is perfect for this syrup though. It's just so convenient just to pop it and go. Extra bread because there's already bread in the bread box. So that's my quote-unquote pantry. Alright, so that's how I utilized that space. Let's go over here and show you what I did, because I was so inspired from Pinterest, from At Home with Nikki, Be My Guest, all those people that have this little setup. I was like, I wanted it too, because before I used to have my paper towels here on the counter, and I couldn't have this. It was just too much clutter. So what I did was that same bar that's under the sink that's holding the spray, I drilled it to the underneath the cabinets here and have paper towels. And I actually love this that I came up with. This is the best kitchen idea I think that I've came up with. So this little bar is screwed under here, so if you're a renter, those little few screws, they won't know. So it's perfect for renters like myself. And this is hand soap, and this little jar right here, this is actually coffee syrup. This used to be coffee syrup in here from Off the Economy. And so I used it because I just love the size of the bottle and the shape. So I just put my dishwashing liquid. And you know what? It's so super hard to find white, clear dishwashing liquid over here. So the closest thing is yellow. Sometimes it's green in there, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's dishwashing liquid. A plant from Ikea that came from Home Goods in the States. Our little holder. Nothing is up there. And this is my little coffee station over here. I'm going to update that. I'm waiting on an item to come in, and I'm going to do a coffee station thing here. Moving along over here is I think I showed this setup, this Kallax, in another video. I'll link it down below and show you how many different ways I can use a Kallax shelf. And as you see from that video now, I went back to Ikea and bought a glass door, because at the original video I did not have that. And so this is perfect right here, because this microwave is huge. In the States we have those stainless steel built-in microwaves, but we got over here, you know, they don't have all that fancy stuff over here, so we had to buy a microwave. Oh, how I miss my built-in. But this microwave was just so big, I did not want to use counter space, so I ended up putting a Kallax here. And what's down in here is all my bacon goodies and all that good stuff. So measuring cups, all that. But what's in here is all about hot cocoa. So because our coffee is over there, we just come over here and able to utilize tea. So back in here, I have different tea boxes. I have another tea box. So just anything that you would need, especially now that it's wintertime, it's just so perfect to have a little close to the Keurig machine. Have all of this. There's more tea in here. It's like peppermint tea. And then back here, I have, I've never used it, but I don't even know what it's called. Strainer, coffee strainer. Ooh, I can't remember. But you put your coffee grain in there and you're able to get all your coffee. And then in this little basket, if you see on my counter over there, I have a diffuser, and this is where I keep all of the oils, the essential oils. It's actually on right now, but this is where I keep all the essential oils here. My little honey bee, and then this is just more like cappuccino and chia seeds. So this was a perfect fit in there, just like that. More space. You have to just be clever with storage. Usually what goes here is fruit. We haven't had any fruit in a while, but I usually put a piece of wax paper or parchment paper and house all our fruit there. Okay. So let me show you the back of the door here. So we have to recycle, like I told you in several videos, and This was a challenging spot, but made the best of it. Okay. So here, this is where we have to, I tell you, we have all of these different recycling things, and I like that the door actually hides it so you don't really see it. But this is actually a clothes hamper. This is not a trash can, but I needed this, so I was able to open this without a problem. So I went through so many different trash cans trying to figure that out. Over here you have to put your plastic, and over here this is you buy cans and bottles, you take it back and get your refunds. So we have to separate all of our trash. This is still a work in progress, but it's really came a long ways from when we first got here. Coming from the States and trying to recycle every single thing from food to plastic to aluminum. It was a challenge. Alright, last but not least, the back of the door. Oh, I'll tell you this too. Oh, this is a little cabinet I found on the side of the road. So when we first moved here, I just knew I could find something to do with it. So because I'm so limited on space, this is where I house extra paper towels and all of our reusable bags, because usually you don't get bags over here without being charged in Europe, so you'll get it. Alright, moving along. The back of the door. This is actually a shoe hanger, and when it was winter break, summertime, it came in so handy because usually we have little Debbie snacks in here, bags of chips in here, anything. It's random. So in the future we will be going to the grocery store and getting that filled back up. Perfect. It's in the back of the door. You never know that it's there. Last but not least, last but not least is over here in this little corner. As you see, I have a, what do you call this? A mixer, stand mixer. Again, no counter space to use it, so I have to come up with a little bitty stand to go over here. So when when it's in use, I put it over there on that counter, so I'm able to just pull out all of my baking goods, so it works out perfect to be over there. This is where all of our veggies go. Usually I have onions and all of that good stuff is housed here. And then here is our little family messenger center. Sometimes we don't get to communicate or have things, so we don't want things to slip our mind. I usually write groceries over here. My daughter, as you see, she wrote she was going out of town. We have important numbers. So Darnell wrote family notes, and so this is where we usually have everybody to write what they need. If they need something, school supplies, whatever goes here on this board. It's perfect, the best thing that Darnell came up with. And then we just have little knickknacks. So, okay guys, so here is the item that I've used several times in this kitchen, from the paper towels to under my sink to the bottles. This little thing right here is awesome. Then for under my cabinets where I put my pot lids, this is where I put all the lids here. I didn't show you this cabinet really quickly. This is where all of our pots are, and this is how I have all of our baking sheets, all of our glassware. Behind the pots is where this little rack here, and it has all the pot lids. So that is pretty awesome. In this drawer, it has all of our cutting boards, and you know, when you need to rest your hot pots and all that good stuff, that's what's in here. This is a junk drawer. Over here, Darnell's drawer with all his good stuff, like he has his protein shakes, all this. I gave him a cabinet so he won't mess up my other part of my kitchen. So he usually takes his lunch, he meal preps with his Ikea things. He has a Ninja under here as well. So that's all his stuff. That's strictly his cabinet. And then in this cabinet right here is where we have all of our, you know, Ziploc bags, parchment paper, wax paper, anything else. And then usually if it's a few things, like over here it's like sugar and stuff for the coffee. So guys, I hope you enjoyed coming in and seeing some of the tips and tricks that I have utilized in this small German kitchen. Coming from the States, when you have islands in the middle of your kitchen with cabinets and all this good stuff, it was really a challenge. It's still things that I'm still tweaking, but hey, being a military life, as soon as you find something that works for you, it's time to pack up and move it on and try it again. So that's where we're at right now. This is working for us. It's functional. We got little ones in here that wants to come cook and do everything themselves. So everything is for everybody to get to, and it's still functional but somewhat stylish. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching. If you have any tips, suggestions, ideas, leave them down below and I'll be glad to get back with you. Until next time, bye.